Hey guys, welcome back. Alex here. We have another video from you guys that you suggested in the comments, and here it is on the channel. And it's a big one, trust me, about the Philippines, of course. And we had on the channel, some videos where the Spanish take a lot of gold from the Philippines, sold it, and Philippines had a lot of gold. We're gonna go over there with some other videos on the channel because we have, the land of Ophir and all that kind of stuff. But it was found in the Philippines, like recently, like the message sounded, a 4 trillion gold mine. I don't know what it's all about, but we're going to see it. I'm going to read the message over here. Hey, Alex, I really enjoy your channel. You have to watch this. It was recently discovered, this 4 trillion gold mine in the Philippines. And let's hope this time nobody will steal it. So I don't know what it's all about. If you're new on the channel, welcome. A lot of videos about the Philippines and about all over the world, not only culture, history, music. So feel free to subscribe if you want to do that. And let's go and watch this. What it is.
Hi everyone.
By the way, the original link is down below.
Histo PH family, where forgotten Filipino history finally comes alive. Today, we're diving deep into Philippines' just found $4 trillion in rare earth minerals.
Oh, minerals.
Why China is panicking. A story that rewrites everything we thought we knew about our beginnings.
Now China want to steal it.
In 2024, Philippine scientists confirmed something that could change the entire global economy. Buried beneath the ocean floor off the coast of Luzon, a rare earth mineral deposits worth an estimated $4 trillion. That's not a typo. 4 trillion. To put that in perspective, that's 20 times
the entire GDP. Jesus.
GDP. It's enough wealth to turn the Philippines into one of the richest countries on Earth.
It was already the richest country on Earth.
China controls 90% of the global rare earth supply. And they just realized the Philippines could end their monopoly. That's why Chinese ships are suddenly swarming Philippine waters. This isn't about fish. This is about the most valuable minerals on the planet. Let me explain what rare earth minerals actually are, because this is the key to understanding why China is panicking. Rare earth elements are a group of 17 metallic elements that are critical for modern technology. They're in your smartphone, your laptop, your electric car battery, wind turbines, solar panels, military weapons, missile guidance systems, fighter jets. Without rare earths, modern technology doesn't exist. And right now, China produces 90% of the world's supply.
90%.
That gives them insane geopolitical leverage. They can cut off supply to any country. They can manipulate prices. They can control which industries grow and which die. It's the ultimate economic weapon. But the Philippines just found enough rare earths to break China's monopoly. And China knows it. That's why in the past 2 years, Chinese Coast Guard ships, fishing vessels, and militia boats have massively increased their presence in Philippine waters. They're not fishing, they're occupying. They're positioning themselves to claim these resources before the Philippines can extract them. Because if the Philippines successfully mines these minerals, China loses its leverage over the entire...
Okay, I'm going to stop for 1 second. They cannot do that, right? I mean, if Philippines found out about this deposit, how should I call it? It has to be guarded or whatever. It's in the Philippine waters. It's ours. It's mine. Mine like Filipinos. What the hell is going on, man?
A global economy. If you're amazed by our ancestors' story, Philippines just found $4 trillion in rare earth minerals. Why China is panicking. Help us hit our 500 like goal. Drop a comment about your favorite fact and subscribe to join the Histo PH family. Here's how this discovery happened. In 2023, Philippine and international scientists conducted deep-sea surveys of the coast of Cagayan Valley in northern Luzon. They used sonar mapping and underwater drones to explore the seabed. What they found shocked everyone. Massive deposits of neodymium, dysprosium, praseodymium, and other rare earth elements. These aren't small deposits. We're talking about one of the largest concentrations of rare earths ever
Holy
discovered.
crap.
Some estimates put the total value at $4 trillion. Others say it could be even higher, depending on extraction technology and market prices. Let me break down why these specific minerals are so valuable. Neodymium is used in powerful magnets for electric motors and wind turbines. Without neodymium, you can't build efficient electric vehicles. Dysprosium is critical for high-performance magnets that work in extreme temperatures. It's essential for military applications and advanced electronics. Praseodymium is used in aircraft engines, fiber optics, and industrial
The whole
magnets.
technology.
These aren't luxury items. These are the building blocks of the 21st century economy, and the Philippines just found trillions of dollars worth sitting on its ocean floor. Now here's where it gets geopolitical. The United States, European Union, Japan, and South Korea are all desperate to reduce their dependence on Chinese rare earths. For decades, they've watched China use rare earth supply as a political weapon. In 2010, China cut off rare earth exports to Japan during a territorial dispute. Japanese factories nearly shut down. In 2019, during the US-China trade war, China threatened to restrict rare earth exports to American companies. The threat alone sent shockwaves through tech and defense industries. Everyone knows China has too much control. But until now, there was no alternative. The Philippines could be that alternative. If the Philippines successfully mines these deposits and exports them to the US, Europe, Japan, and other allies, it breaks China's stranglehold. Suddenly, there's competition. Prices stabilize, supply chains diversify, and
Okay, let's have a little bit of a talk over here, because if this happens, the thing that I'm asking myself is, will China will stay put, not doing anything? You know, we already had on the channel, because you guys told me that, you know, the corruption in the Philippines and all that kind of stuff, because the country could do more, but, you know, unfortunately, like in a lot of other countries, the corruption and political things are doing an awful job. Now, if this is real and everything, it could be the right moment for the whole politics in the Philippines, the whole politicians and everything, think about their people and their country. I don't know what China is doing, but you know, it wouldn't be fair. It's in the Philippine waters. It's the Philippines thing and treasure, if I can call it like that. It should be theirs. You know, you already harassed this country for centuries, from Spanish in 333 years of colonial thing. And, you know, I hope this, wow, man.
China loses its leverage. That's an existential threat to Chinese geopolitical strategy. That's why China is panicking. And that's why they're doing everything possible to prevent the Philippines from accessing these minerals. Let's talk about what China is doing right now. Chinese vessels are occupying the waters near the mineral deposits. They're harassing Philippine fishing boats. They're blocking Philippine Coast Guard ships. They're building artificial islands and military installations in disputed areas. And they're claiming that these waters belong to China.
What the fuck?
Ridiculous 10-line that we already debunked in a previous video. But this time, it's not just about territorial claims. It's about controlling $4 trillion in rare earth minerals. Here's the brutal reality. The Philippines doesn't have the technology to mine deep-sea rare earths on its own. These deposits are thousands of meters below the ocean's surface. You need specialized ships, underwater robots, and advanced extraction technology. That equipment costs billions of dollars. The Philippines doesn't have it, so the Philippine government needs to partner with foreign companies that do. And that's where the US, Japan, and Australia come in. In 2023, the United States signed a new agreement with the Philippines to expand military bases under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA. On the surface, this is about security. But look at where the new bases are located. Northern Luzon, right near the rare earth deposits. Coincidence? No. This is about securing access to minerals. The US knows that if China controls Philippine rare earths, American technology and defense industries are at China's mercy. So the US is positioning itself to help the Philippines extract these minerals while keeping China out. Japan is doing the same thing. In 2024, Japan pledged billions in infrastructure investment to the Philippines. They're funding ports, roads, and energy projects, but they're also exploring partnerships in rare earth mining. Japan is one of the most resource-poor countries on Earth. They import almost everything, but they have world-class technology and capital. A partnership with the Philippines makes perfect sense. Japan provides the technology and funding. The Philippines provides the resources, and both countries reduce their dependence on China. Australia is also interested. Australia has its own rare earth deposits, but they're expensive to mine and process. Philippine deposits might be more accessible depending on extraction methods. Australian mining companies are already in talks with the Philippine government about joint ventures. If this happens, you're looking at a US-Japan, Australia-Philippines alliance specifically designed to counter Chinese rare earth dominance. That's not just economics. That's a geopolitical coalition. But here's the problem. Mining rare earths is environmentally destructive. The extraction process involves toxic chemicals, heavy metals, and massive amounts of water. If done carelessly, it poisons rivers, destroys marine ecosystems, and contaminates drinking water. China's rare earth mines are environmental disasters. Entire regions are polluted. Cancer rates are sky high. Workers suffer from chronic illnesses. And the Chinese government doesn't care because rare earths are too valuable. The question is, will the Philippines make the same mistake? Environmental groups in the Philippines are already sounding the alarm. They're warning that deep-sea mining could devastate marine life. The ocean floor ecosystems are fragile. Once destroyed, they take centuries to recover. And if mining waste is dumped into the ocean, it spreads.
I'm gonna stop for 1 second again over here. Well, I want the Philippines to extract this alliance with Australia, with Japan. It sounds good for me, especially if it helps grow the Philippines. But the ecosystem in the Philippines, it's such an amazing way, an amazing, beautiful ecosystem, and the oceans. And I'm just having a blackout over here because I want to say so many things. I saw how beautiful the underwater life in the Philippines and the waters. I don't want that to be destroyed. And you know, in the Chinese government doesn't care about the cancer rate for his own people. I mean, what the fuck? it's already all over the world, you know, this disease. I don't even know how the fuck it's possible. Thinking about going to Mars and thinking about doing, you know, AI and all that kind of shit, and for cancer, no cure. Well, I don't buy it. I don't want to go into that in this video, but I don't buy it that it's not out there, the cure. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead, because if not, it's gonna be a topic. If you want to make if you want us to make a video about that, just let us know in the comments, and we will, because it's something that I guess it should be discussed a lot.
Hundreds of miles. Fishermen are worried. Coastal communities are worried, because if the government prioritizes profit over environmental protection, it's the Filipino
Who pay the
people
price?
who
Exactly.
will pay the price. Here's the other complication: corruption. The Philippines has a long history of resource extraction deals that benefit foreign companies and corrupt politicians while leaving ordinary Filipinos with nothing. Look at mining in Mindanao. Look at logging in Palawan. Foreign companies extract billions in resources. Local politicians get kickbacks, and communities are left with polluted rivers and destroyed
God, I hate
forests.
this.
If the rare earth mining deals follow the same pattern, it's a tragedy. The Philippines will sell its future for short-term profit, and China will still benefit because Chinese companies will find ways to invest through proxy corporations. Let me give you the numbers. If the Philippines extracts and sells $4 trillion in rare earths over the next 30 years, that's roughly $130 billion per year. If managed correctly, that money could fund universal healthcare, world-class education, infrastructure that rivals Singapore, and lift every Filipino out of poverty. But if managed like past resource deals, it could enrich a few oligarchs while the majority of Filipinos see nothing. That's the choice. And right now, it's unclear which path the government will take. Now let's talk about what China is doing behind the scenes. China isn't just sending ships. They're also using economic pressure. Chinese companies are offering the Philippine government lucrative deals to partner on rare
And I
earth
hope the Philippines
extraction.
would not accept.
The pitch is simple. We have the technology. We have the capital. We'll build the infrastructure and we'll share the profits. Sounds good, right? Wrong. Because if Chinese companies control the extraction, they control the supply. And the entire point of Philippine rare earths is to break Chinese control. Partnering with China defeats the purpose. But some Filipino politicians are tempted. Chinese investment comes with fewer conditions than American or Japanese investment. The US and Japan demand transparency, environmental standards, and anti-corruption measures. China doesn't care about any of that. They just want access. So for corrupt politicians, Chinese deals are more attractive. They can skim money off the top without scrutiny. And that's exactly what China is counting on. They're betting that corruption will give them access, even if the Philippine government officially partners with the US and Japan.
Okay, the video cuts here. I hope there's gonna be a second part of this, and yeah, I'm gonna tell what I think, and I hope you're gonna do the same down below. That's really important. It's, if you care about the Philippines, do it. I hope this time, and the official government of the Philippines will stand for Philippines. It's enough, the story that the Philippines had of corruption. That's enough. Enough, it's enough. So think about, if this, you have that deposit over there, keep it for the Philippines. Just, it deserves a lot. It had a lot in the past, in history, and we saw it with all the gold, with Ophir, with Solomon. And then the Spanish came and everything happened. That's enough. Just please do it right this time. I don't know. I'm just, I'm, it's like, see, and thinking about the Ophir and Bible thing with the gold, and now with this, it's really the chosen land, guys. Because how you tell me down below in the comments, how would you expect to be otherwise? So yeah, I don't know what to think and what to say. I just hope this thing will really, Philippines will really think about how it's the correct act to do it, and will do the right way for the Philippines and for the people. I'm waiting for your comments. I read every and single one of them, so let me know what you think. Share the video, of course. It's really important for the people to know, for other Filipinos to know. And I hope you enjoyed the channel, guys. I hope you enjoy it. And like I was saying, reading all your comments, I'm waiting for other videos like this one and others from history, music to share here on the channel for the Filipino history and people. Again, like I always say, stay safe and God bless the Philippines.